Local12.com digital sports columnist and editor Richard Skinner after the Bengals opted to put the franchise tag on Tee Higgins for the 2025 season. What does this mean, and what does this mean moving forward? Well, keep in mind, the Bengals and Tee's camp couldn't begin negotiating until after the 2024 season ended. That was in early January because they placed the franchise tag on him last year. So they've only had a couple of months to try to work out details on a new deal. That means they probably didn't have enough time to go back and forth on this, and hence you put the franchise tag on him today. They had a deadline of 4 o'clock on Tuesday to do it. They did it a day earlier. Now they have until July 15th to come to terms on a long-term contract. The question is, how close are they? Is Tee's camp asking for too much? Are the Bengals offering too little? We really don't know any of that yet. And that's the point that I think needs to be made here, that there's no finger pointing that needs to be done at either side. I know fans want Tee Higgins signed yesterday. I get it. But we don't know what's his camp asking. Are they asking $30 million, $32 million on average value at a price point that maybe isn't feasible, not just for the Bengals to sign, but for prudence sake? Maybe the Bengals are offering too little. I hope we don't find that out. I hope they make a good faith gesture and a good faith offer to Tee between now and July 15th. And the teams and sides come to a long-term contract for him. But you also have to weigh this into it if you're the Bengals. You have a wide receiver who's missed 5 games each of the last 2 seasons because of hamstring issues. He's had hamstring issues before that. He's had injury issues before that. You're paying a guy 17 game checks for 12 games of production the last 2 years. It's good production. In some cases, it's really good production. In some cases, it's great production. But you also have to weigh that in the equation in this negotiation process. So don't freak out that the Bengals put the franchise tag on Tee Higgins right now. Don't think that this means the Bengals aren't going to try to sign him. They said as much last week at the Combine. I'll take them at good faith that they're going to attempt to do that they want to get a long-term deal done. But again, at what price will that be? Is it going to be too much? And if it is, well, guess what the Bengals will have this year? They'll have Tee Higgins for another year. Maybe not a happy Tee Higgins, but he wasn't very happy last year getting franchise tag, and he went out and played very well in the 12 of the 17 games that he played because he missed 5 games with injury. He'll play hard. He'll be a pro. If he has to play on the tag, he'll do everything necessary in order to get to free agency after next offseason, although the Bengals could tag him a third time. But I think this is just kicking the can down the road to keep the negotiation process open. That way they don't let Tee walk to free agency. They still have a chance to have him on their roster at a minimum for the 2025 season and possibly longer. Hopefully the two sides can come to terms. Thanks for watching. I'm Richard Skinner, Local12.com digital sports columnist and editor.